Good evening. Call the meeting to order at 7 p.m. Inform the public we are returning from an executive session. This meeting is being recorded by Raynham. We are not live again this evening. We have been informed we expect to be live again next Tuesday. Ms. Riley, would you do this in the pledge, please?
Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion that we accept as printed the minutes of the special meeting of the Board of Selectmen and Planning Board on November 4th. That was a meeting totally in executive session, no action, no votes were taken. And also the regular meeting of the Board of Selectmen on November 12th.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those are approved. Thank you. Department heads, Matt Tanis, our health agent.
Good evening, Board.
Good evening.
Just a quick update, past few weeks there. Had several food establishments in town, new establishments either open or will be opening very shortly. Yesterday I was out at the old Bradford's RV on 44. It's a Dunkin' Donuts convenience store and gas station there. Did their final inspection and issued their permits, so I believe they were open as of yesterday afternoon. Taco Bell is undergoing renovations of their dining room and bathrooms. I was down there yesterday morning, squaring them away. Their drive-thru will still be open. They have a whole system in place to make sure that any dust and contaminants stay out of the vacation area from the dining room. So I believe that'll probably be done in about a week. And barrels and boards, trying to work with the owner there to get them open. I'll be up there tomorrow morning, hopefully for an inspection, and we'll see how that goes. But hopefully in the next few days they'll be all set as well. On Friday, November 8th, early in the morning, I had a phone call from the Raynham Fire Department that there was an electrical fire at Shaw's in the produce section. We go out and do an inspection, and our management was already on top of it. All the food that had to be discarded was discarded, and the food that had to be moved, well, the did repairs had already been moved. So I was pleased that management was on top of it. The early permit renewals are all out, starting to get those back in. So we're getting a big stack of permits for you guys to sign hopefully in a couple weeks. I'm still continuing to monitor the vaping ban. It's still in effect as is right now, so just staying on top of it if there's any changes. So all mosquito season's over, fortunately for the year. I'm going to be working over the winter with some area health agents and hopefully the state and county as well, just to hopefully pursue a continued proactive approach future seasons, whether it be more larvicide. I know it's very difficult window to do any larvicide application in the swamps, but whether it be more spraying or community outreach, whatever we can do. So I think that a lot of the other towns after this past season are on board, and the state definitely was a little more proactive this year, which is good. And the state is going to be reaching out to a lot of the towns that were affected, including us, more going forward as well, which is good. And although the mosquito season's over, the ticks are out in force. So if you're out, especially near the woods line or in any brush or leaf litter, just check yourself, and also pets as well with ticks. The health inspector position has been posted. It's set to close December 23rd. I expect a couple-month interim with no inspector. I'll try to stay on top of what's the important food inspections, so there's no issues at the state level should we get audited. Right now, all the inspections are all up to date, so that's a good thing. About 2 weeks ago, I was fortunate, was able to attend the annual Mass Health Officers Association conference, which, as every other year, was excellent. I was able to participate in a mock foodborne illness outbreak investigation, which is very good. It shed some new insight, especially with the new food code that went into effect last year, and also how to work more effectively with other communities in the state level. Should it expand into a much bigger outbreak. Other than that, just a reminder that flu season is here, and if you haven't got your flu shot, it's not too late. doctor if you need it. Any questions?
Any
No.
questions?
No, not for me, but I just want to say thank you.
Absolutely, thank you, keep up the good work.
As far as Triple E season goes, I really appreciate all the support that I got from not only the board, but all the other departments. I know I said at the department head meeting, between Park and Rec, police, fire, council on aging, town administrator's office, everybody worked so well, and I really appreciate the good communication and team effort we had.
And thank you for spearheading that, definitely.
Thank you, Matt.
Yep. Good name.
Tim McRae, Park and Rec Director.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. Just wanted to give you a quick update on what Park and Rec's been up to. I also want to echo what Matt said. It's been all the help we got with the Triple E. All the leagues were great to work with. They understood what we were going through. Matt did a wonderful job leading us, and I want to thank you as well. Everything went very well, I should say, this year with the Triple E. How tough it was, especially for all the leagues and the kids. And I felt for them, but it was the right thing we had to do. They did a wonderful job, so I do want to repeat what Matt just said. Just a couple of things was going on. We have officially started our expansion to daycare. So we now have daycare, as I mentioned in past meetings, at both Merrill and Liberty, morning and the afternoon. And anybody that's on our wait list also has the opportunity to go to RMS for the RMAC program. Everything's going very well. We have good communications going with the school system, and hopefully it's really paying off for the citizens of Raynham. We've gotten a lot of positive responses from that so far. Just want to give you a quick update with our summer camp. This year we're going to be moving summer camp from RMS back to Liberty, so we'll have a little bit more outside activities to do, a little bit more shade outside. The schools have asked us to move just because it takes them a little bit longer to get RMS ready for the school year. So we'll be doing a playground program there coming up this year. Last year we averaged about 100 kids per week. So we started at 8 in the morning, go to 5:30 at night, so it is a long day. We have a lot of great activities for the kids, field trips, and we are looking at possibly doing some other different things with it this summer. We're also getting to our winter season, so we have basketball, our big program of the season coming up with signups. Just go on to raynhamrec.com and sign up. But also, we'll be pulling out our winter brochure as well. You know, we gave you copies of our fall brochure. We're looking at more trips, probably starting in March, April, to get through that winter season, because it's the risk of going up to Boston or Providence and a snowstorm being out there it's too much to really attempt at this time. But the 3 shows we've done so far, well, we've done 1, we have 2 more coming. Lion King sold out, we had a wonderful time, a lot of positive reaction. We still do have some tickets left for the Winter Pops and also White Christmas. So we have December 8th for the Holiday Pops and the 29th for White Christmas. So if anybody wants to, just contact my office, and we'd love to have you join us. We've also recently just had a Halloween party for kids 8 and under at the Liberty School. We had 125 kids with family members come, so it was a great time. Everybody that came got to take home a small pumpkin. So the kids had a wonderful time, and so we're looking at either doing that next year, or maybe changing over to a trunk or treat. We're trying to change things up a little bit, maybe get some of the community involved as well with the trunk or treat. Also, we have our Christmas tree lighting coming up on Saturday, December 7th at the gazebo at 4 o'clock. So anybody can come on down. It'll be a great time. We'll have carolers. Santa usually shows up, and hopefully he makes another surprise appearance for us this year. So it'll be great to have anybody that can come. Overall, we've just been trying to get a lot of little jobs done before the weather turns on us, which unfortunately is coming faster than we all care to come. But we're ready for the winter, and look forward to another great year next year. And finally, I'd like to just thank my staff, Heather Nix, S.J. Blanchard, Sarah Gluck, and all the part-time workers. They do a wonderful job for us, and they deserve the recognition again. And finally, I'd like to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys have a great holiday coming up.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tim. Any questions for Tim?
A couple of questions.
Sure.
not related to your before and your after, and I know you were kiddies, which you are doing a great job with. Your dog park, where do you stand with that?
Right now, with the dog park, we are still reviewing, we are kind of at a standstill, as we discussed at our last meeting. We are looking at various sites throughout town, trying to find out the spot that we can do it. Right now, as our commission is looking, we are listening to the people of Pine Tree Lane in that particular area. So it's not a dead issue, but it's something that we've taken into serious consideration of not putting it there. But that's something that we are still talking about going forward.
I also noticed that you're doing some improvements on the Gymkhana building. You planning on doing something with that?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Improvements on the Gymkhana building.
Yeah, so right now we've redone the roof
Yep.
recently. Yep, so we are working on trying to clean it up and make it look better. We have some windows out that we need to replace. We do have the water turned off at this time because obviously we don't want to risk, any pipes bursting. We turned that off about a week ago. We are looking at what we can do to make it, give it a facelift.
Do you have any plans for it?
I'm looking into it right now, nothing concrete right now.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Riley, anything?
Great report, all the activities going on, great
Thank you.
job to you and your department. About how many children are involved in the before and after school
It's
program?
approximately about, just in mine alone, it's about 130 to 140 between the two sites. And the RMAC is approximately anywhere around 40 is a good number. We just send them over, we're not sure who officially enrolls once they get in there. But it's a good program. The first year, there's always early bumps in the road, but everything was overall pretty smooth this year.
Excellent.
Is that an increase from the?
Yes.
Because it's a new program too.
Yes, it is, because we had a wait list of over 100 families coming into this year, so that was a major problem that we had to solve.
Try to do.
So we have up to 78 in the afternoon at Liberty and up to 52 at Merrill in the afternoon for us. So we have a lot of kids, so I have a lot of new staff this year, so we're doing the best we can.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
All set, Mr. Riley?
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tim, we appreciate it.
Have a wonderful night.
Thank you.
Take care. No other department heads, no appointments this evening, any citizen or community input? No? No public hearings this evening, new business, Mrs.
No.
Smith, Ms. Riley?
Yeah.
All right, old business, first up is the approval of the waste management agreement, Ms. Riley, you want?
Yeah, we did get a presentation a few weeks back, and I know our highway superintendent had some issues that he wanted included. It was referred to our town council, and I understand at this point it would be appropriate for us to give initial approval so that they can go to the Department of Environmental Protection. And then if approval is received there, then to come back to us so that all of the relevant town approvals can be acquired.
Is that a motion?
Yes.
All right, I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
That's approved. Mr. Waters, you can notify waste. Thank you. Other old business, this Article 12 workstation replacement, this has been approved at town meeting, and we just have to approve the contract to SHI, which was on the state bid list. What's the board's pleasure?
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That is approved. Any other old business, Mrs. Smith?
No.
Ms. Riley?
No, thank you.
All righty. Town administrator's report, Mr. Waters.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Public Safety Building Committee, due to a change in the scope of work for the public safety building, I am posting a new RFQ for a owner's project manager. Mr. Pomeroy and Associates were the project managers for the previous fire station addition, but because the project has changed in scope so much, we are looking at building an entirely new building at an entirely new site. We felt it appropriate to rebid the project manager portion because of the project change. This puts a small delay in the building schedule, but we're still going to try to target the spring town meeting for bringing it before the residents. But that is an ambitious goal, so we'll see as the project moves forward. The town will also be soliciting landowners throughout the town if there's available properties for which the building committee can consider. Right now, the town is considering several properties that it is aware of, in addition to Borden Colony and the existing site. So if there are landowners in town who have property and want to offer it to the town for consideration, we will be soliciting that in the future. And there will be restrictions on what the building committee is looking for. The Bristol Plymouth Regional Technical School District on November 13th selected Mr. Pacheco as the representative of the member communities for the Bristol Plymouth in upcoming collective bargaining matters. I believe he's aware of that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, sir. Or sympathies. Yeah. As you all just voted on, we're replacing workstations and network equipment. This is updating the IT infrastructure throughout many of the departments. This is a step towards achieving the town's goal of enhancing the use of technology in daily operations. Also today, this morning, we, the staff, participated in an online demo of e-permitting software. Permitting is conducted by numerous town departments, and having that process online is something which residents have demanded and expected for quite some time. This demo is a step towards achieving the town's goal of enhancing the use of technology in daily operations. The next regularly scheduled Board of Selectmen's meeting is November 26th at 7 p.m. right here in the Don McKinnon meeting room of Town Hall. The Government Study Committee is meeting tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. right across from the hall from here in the small conference room. And then the Council of Aging breakfast will be held on Monday, November 25th from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. I'm going to be participating in that, and I will be helping Liz flip pancakes. So if you'd like to come out and meet me at the Council of Aging breakfast, if you haven't had an opportunity to meet me, I will be there.
All right, thank you. Any questions for Mr. Waters?
Excellent report.
Thank you. Selectmen's report, Mrs. Smith. Ms. Riley.
Just have a couple of quick things. Our rate volunteers are in the Raynham schools this week with the Mary Lou Arruda Child Safety Fingerprinting Program. It's one of Rave's oldest programs. It was actually started by Shoshana Garshik and then Police Chief Peter King. It was actually his recommendation that that program be started in response to the Mary Lou Arruda case. And Chief King still, after these many years, still trains the volunteers and oversees their efforts. So thank you to all of them. Just got notice that a fundraising event going to be taking place at our First Congregational Church. It's a fundraiser for the Parkinson's Foundation. It's a craft show in memory of Sarah Jane Meyer. And it's on November 30th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And Ray will be having their annual holiday craft fair on the first Saturday in December, December 7th. And that's from 8:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. I think there is still a few spots open for a few crafters. And that is all I have.
Great, thank you, Ms. Riley. Correspondence, we have correspondence from the Caranos family on Orchard Ave requesting either a dead end or no outlet sign. I would recommend we forward to Highway and Police for their review.
And I'll make that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
That is approved, thank you. We also have correspondence from the Assessor's Office. They are looking to hold a classification hearing for our annual tax classification on December 3rd. What's the board's pleasure?
Motion to approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Waters, you can notify the assessors of that. That is all we have for correspondence. We have no members of the press with us this evening. Any emergency business?
I have no emergency business, but I did want to mention a couple of really tragic accidents in our area. And just our thoughts and prayers go out to the families involved and the first responders. That's such horrible situation. And really, everybody, please be careful out there on our highways.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. What's the board's pleasure?
Motion to adjourn. Sign the bills and warrants with no business to be conducted.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.